So in this video we're going to go over a very short and simple stretching routine, something what you can do let's say after the training or maybe on your off days when you want to move your body a little bit and work on a little bit of the flexibility. So we'll try to cover basically the whole lower body, all of the muscles, all of the main movements. We are going to be spending roughly 30 seconds in each position. So without further ado, let's go for a stretch, which is hamstring stretch. So you're just going to get into figure 4 position. You're going to slightly lean forward. Try not to arch your back, and you are just holding this position. As often with in the stretching or with the stretching, what you're trying to do is basically just relax your body. So ideally you would try to just have nice regular breathing. So you just kind of just breathe in and out. And as you feel like you can go a little bit further without forcing it too much, you can just go slightly forward. You can just lean slightly forward. When you're going to round your back, you will not feel much of the stretch in the hamstring. So I try to keep my back relatively straight, leaning more from the pelvis. After 30 seconds, we are just going to switch to the other side. So again, just the same position, rotating a little bit towards the body and just leaning, and again just holding this position, just breathing nice and gently. Small tip actually with the hamstring stretching is the knee. There should be a slight bend in the knee. What that's going to help you do is it will help you to go a little bit further into the stretch, rather than when you have your knee hyperextended, so completely locked. There is going to be a lot of tension on the sciatic nerve, on the nerve basically which runs on the back of your thigh and all the way down to the calf. The next stretch what we are going to do is kind of groin stretch with your legs bent. So you're just going to bring the feet together and you will just try to get the feet as close to your body as you can. And then while staying nice and upright, you can just push, or you can try to bring the legs slightly down towards the floor. And again, just holding this position for 30 seconds. Again, slowly breathing in, slowly breathing out. What you're trying to do is, if you're familiar with abdominal breathing or with the 360 breath, you are trying to just practice that. So you're just trying to breathe into your abdomen, but also into the sides, into your back, just creating that wave where the breathing is almost like 360 degrees. The next stretch for me is actually quite challenging. It's called pancake. So you just bring the legs as far apart as you can, and then you just try to lean slightly forward. I don't have a yoga blocks with me, but let's say if you are a little bit less flexible or as unflexible as me, let's be honest, you would just put let's say the yoga block under your hips, which would allow you slight more lean and which would help you with the stretching. And again, just in this position, you are just breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And again, after 30 seconds, you just slowly come out of it. The next stretch is going to be, so the first one was for the hamstrings, 2 were for groin and for the hamstrings again. This one is going to be more for the hip rotators, basically the muscles which are which would help you or allow you to just rotate into your hips. What we can do is pretty much go through the 90-90 position where the leg, the knee and the hip is creating kind of like 90 degrees. In this position we are stretching the front leg, just the external rotators over here and internal rotation over here. So how we can do that is we can just lean slightly forward while keeping the hip and just the lower back nice and straight, and again just gently breathing, just breathing in and breathing out. Further you go down while maintaining the back relatively straight, more stretch you're going to feel in the hip over here in the front. You can also try to rotate just from one side or side. Everybody is a little bit different. We have different anatomy, different shapes of the joints, different muscles. So this definitely helps to just open up that front hip in a few different angles. And then the next one is you would just turn back. You would just grab the foot or the leg over here. You would just hold the thigh just like this, and you would just try to stay nice and upright. You should feel kind of like nice tight sensation around this hip over here. Next, we're just going to switch the same to the other side. So again, just bringing this leg forward, bringing this leg back in that 90-90 position. Again, rotating a little bit and it might not be just the rotation in the chest or in the thoracic spine, but you might also want to rotate a little bit through your hips around, so just mobilizing. And for some people even this might be very challenging, just to be able to rotate the pelvis kind of in regards to the leg. So again, just spending maybe a little bit of time in this position, exploring a few different angles, whatever feels right. With stretching, there is not right or wrong. You just shouldn't kind of push through the pain. It should be just mild, let's say mild discomfort in certain positions. And next position is going to be just again for that internal rotation on the rear leg, on the trail leg. So you just get nice and upright. And again, you just hold the leg over here and you just spend a little bit of time in this position. Perfect. The next one would be so this was the hip rotation. The next one, we would just explore the hip extension. What that looks like is you're just going to get in what is called half kneeling position, where you're going to be, one leg is on the knee, the other leg is pretty much in 90 degrees of the bend. I might just maybe go a little bit from the side, just like this. Over here, the most important cue is basically just tilting the pelvis. So imagine that you are almost like you have a belt buckle over here and you are trying to bring that belt buckle closer to your face, closer to your head, almost like you try to look down and read it. Straight away in this position, you're going to just feel a lovely stretch in the front of the thigh. And again, we are just holding this position for, let's say, 30 seconds or maybe like 10 breaths. If you don't feel much over here, just make sure that you have that pelvis position over there. You can just lean slightly forward, which would bring the leg into extension and which would increase the stretch in the front over here. And actually, when we are in this position, this is purely optional. If you feel like you are able to get into that position, you can just bring the heel towards the bum. And again, just there is going to be a little bit of balance between bringing the heel to your bum and maintaining that belt buckle up, that pelvis position, which is going to give you a nice stretch in the thigh. And again, just breathing out. And again, we're going to repeat the same on the other side. So you're just going to lean forward or shift the weight forward while maintaining that belt buckle up position. And again, just breathing into your tummy, just creating that intra-abdominal pressure, just creating nice deep breaths and just relaxing. And again, purely optional. You can just go a little bit wider for the stability, and you can try to bring the heel towards your bum while maintaining this position. In this case, I'm getting a lovely stretch on my neck from this side too, just because of the arm has to reach down. And again, just holding it for maybe like 10 breaths while maintaining this position. And then again, just slowly coming from that. The last one is going to be what is called downward dog, which is great stretch for the whole back part of the body. So you're just going to basically start on your hands and knees in the all four position, and then you're just going to bring the hips up. And in this position, I like to just try to almost like bring the heels down. And again, just spending maybe like breathing 10 times, spending maybe like 30 seconds in this position, stretching the calves a little bit. And this would be with the legs straight. The next position, I'm actually just show you just from the side. Next position would be, so first one is the legs straight, then next one you would just bend your knees, and again just try to bring your heels towards the ground. It would just stretch the other muscle on the lower leg, which is your soleus, which is the muscle just under the main gastroc, under the calf. And the last one, just for the ankles, is going to be just feet are pointed nice and forward, and you're just going to almost like sit on your ankles. If this is a little bit too much, you might just put slight bolster or something under your bum, so there is going to be a little bit less pressure and that angle can stay like this. Or if it's not going to be enough, you can just slowly bring the knees up, or even the whole body just like this. So this was just the very simple lower body routine, something what you can do on your off days, or maybe when the workout gets a little bit too challenging and you just want to spend maybe a little bit of time cooling down, calming down your body. Recently I really like to do it after my workout, so almost like just create that bridge between full workout and then when I want to just have my shake. It helps me just to cool down and just get my body back into that rest and digest phase. Another great tip is to do it like a wind down, maybe before I go to bed after the long busy day, go. When I want to go make that switch from the life to the bed, it helps me just to wind down and just focus on the breathing, kind of almost like centrate the thoughts just with myself. But that's enough of this information. And again, hopefully you find this helpful. Spending time just working on your body, just learning, teaching it how to cool down on the breath. You can imagine it's like making small investment. It's something what's going to be very helpful over the time, where you just need to be able to switch it off, because sometimes life, especially now, it can get quite crazy. So guys, breathe, relax, and happy stretching.